haatin nagaa jenne waatin nagaa jenne warri nagaa jenne biyyi nagaa jenne.
As the rainy season ends and the bright sun rises across Ethiopia, the country blossoms into celebration. Every year, millions of Ethiopians and visitors from around the world gather for Irrecha, the Oromo festival of gratitude. It is one of Africa's largest cultural gatherings, rooted in thanksgiving to God and passed down from generation to generation. Irrecha has blossomed into a festival of tourism, unity, and national pride. Irrecha is far more than ceremony. It is an expression of identity, bridge between tradition and modernity, and a living symbol of gratitude and peace. For the Oromo people and for all Ethiopians, it is a time to give thanks for life, for harvest, for peace, and for the hope of a brighter future. As the art of Irrecha is a ritual as old as memory itself, the blessing of water. On the shores of lakes, rivers, and streams, participants dip green grass into water, offering prayers of thanks and renewal. This act reflects harmony with nature and the deep belief that water is life and life must be cherished with gratitude. What began centuries ago as a thanksgiving to God has become a modern gathering that welcomes not only Ethiopians but also people from all corners of the globe. For visitors, Irrecha is unforgettable. The sound of traditional drums fills the air. Men and women, young and old, dress in colorful attire that reflects both cultural identity and a creative expression. The green grass carried in their hand symbolizes peace, life, and hope. Everywhere, joy is visible, joy that spills into music, dance, and heartfelt prayers. It is a living museum of Ethiopians' rich heritage. Originally, Irrecha was celebrated in Bishoftu by the shores of Horar City, a lake surrounded by rolling hills and green landscapes. Today, it has spread beyond Bishoftu to Addis Ababa, to many other towns and regions across Ethiopia. Addis Ababa, Irrecha at Hora Finfine brings together people of all backgrounds and communities, uniting them in shared celebration. The festival has grown into a space for solidarity, inclusiveness, and national unity. This expansion of Irrecha is not accidental. It reflects the power of culture to connect people. It shows how traditions rooted in one community can resonate with entire nation. It demonstrates that Ethiopia's cultural treasures are not confined by a geography or ethnicity. They belong to everyone who embraces gratitude, peace, and unity. Irrecha strengthens people-to-people ties. Family gather, friends reunite, communities welcome strangers. In the festive crowd, barriers of status, age, and background fade away. It is an environment where peace is lived, not just spoken about. Where unity is not a political slogan but a shared experience. For Ethiopia, this spirit is essential. It is a reminder that the cultural heritage can heal divisions and build harmony among diverse identities. Beyond its cultural beauty, Irrecha has become a driver of tourism and economic growth. Every year, the festival draws millions of people to Bishoftu and Addis Ababa. Hotels fill to capacity. Restaurants welcome guests with traditional meals, markets overflow with buyers and sellers exchanging goods. Young people find opportunities as guides, vendors, performers, and service providers. The festival generates income, creates jobs, and strengthens the local economy. For Ethiopia's tourism industry, Irrecha is a treasure waiting to be fully recognized on the world stage. Just as a carnival draws millions to Brazil and Dubai attracts visitors to India, Irrecha has the potential to be a global cultural attraction. It is a festival that is uniquely Ethiopian, yet universally human because gratitude, joy, and togetherness are values that every person can share. Irrecha is also a celebration of hospitality. Visitors are welcomed with warmth. They are invited to share in traditional dances, to watch cultural performances, to drink freshly brewed Ethiopian coffee, and to taste foods that tell stories of generations. They are embraced not as outsiders but as honored guests, invited to become part of a living tradition. In this way, Irrecha becomes a bridge between cultures. Tourists do not simply observe, they participate. They experience Ethiopia not from a distance, but from within the rhythm of its people. They carry not only memories, but also a deeper understanding of Ethiopia's heritage and values. Regarding the entire tourism potential that Ethiopia has, Minister and the State Minister of Tourism of Ethiopia expressed Ethiopia as a living mosaic.
Ethiopia is the first country in Africa to have number of resources or heritage to be inscribed in the UNESCO list. This international list not only highlights Ethiopia's resources, but it also shows that we have a lot to do when it comes to promoting our resources to the world. We are, land of origins. When we say we are the land of origins, we're not just talking about Lucy. We're also talking about, the origin of coffee Arabica. We're talking about the originality of our own calendar, for example. We're talking about the originality of, this immense cultural, vibrant community that we have. We're talking about this unique landscape that we have. We are the origins of, the diversity, not just, population-wise or societal diversity. We're talking about geographical diversity as well. We have one of the lowest places in the world, and we have the highest, one of the highest places in the world. So, to actually experience Ethiopia, people need to come here and be part of, that essence. So I'm not going to mention, the list of the things because we're talking about thousands of resources that we have in this country. What I would like to do here is I would just like to poke their curiosity. People need to be curious about Ethiopia because videos don't do Ethiopia justice, or descriptions or written documents don't do our resources justice. People need to come here and actually experience that feeling of Ethiopia, because what I would like to say is you don't just visit Ethiopia, you feel Ethiopia. You be part of Ethiopia. So for that, I invite everyone, to actually take time to experience, to discover this uniqueness of our country.
I would describe Ethiopia as a very unique tourist destination as nowhere else in the world. Or I would say Ethiopia shelters what's all in Africa. We have places from Norway to Dubai, from very desert and active volcano to the Afro-Alpine where you can see small snow and Afro-Alpine climates and wildlife, like a place Ras Dejen in Simien or Bale to Ludimtu. So Ethiopia is completely rich, and we have like 9+ ecosystem. That's why I said from Dubai to Norway. And the other is, in terms of culture, Ethiopia is really diverse. In one of the region, for example, if you go to the South Ethiopia region, you would find 30+ language and diversified culture. It's one of the most linguistically and culturally diverse region in Africa. And also, looking into the history, we have 3,000 years plus history. Looking into Lalibela, where there is an imaginary engineering and rock-hewn churches, Aksum and Harar, Sof Omar. So, we have places that you find nowhere else. And we are in the forefront in the UNESCO registered World Heritage Sites as well. So, I would suggest Ethiopia is truly land of origins. Ethiopia has its own culture, its own calendar. Ethiopia's calendar advises us we have 13 months. Not only that, 7 or 8 years younger than the other calendar. So anyone coming to visit Ethiopia would be 7 or 8 years younger. So, it's really wise to visit this very unique country. We have our own alphabets. We have precious heritage and intangible cultural performance at the same time. So we now have newly developed an amazing tourist destination sites like Gorgora, Wenchi, and Koisha, where you find high-end, world-class tourist facilities, infrastructure, and scheduled flights to easily access most of the touristic spots in this country. The people are very hospitable. The price is really fair. So it's time to visit Ethiopia.
For me, Ethiopia has been one of the best places that I've traveled in the world. It feels like home. I've been welcomed like home. Of course, the food is amazing. The people have been wonderful, and I haven't left. So I've been here 6 years, just really immersed in the culture. I'm specifically in the tribes, and I cannot promote that enough. It's been an amazing experience. I have learned so much living in a place where we don't necessarily have social media influences, and I find that to be one of the best things about living in South Omo. We don't, specifically, we are tradition, we are culture, we represent fantastic music and traditions that we can't get just anyplace else. And I do really favor and love South Omo.
Today, Irrecha is more than culture, it is a nation building. In a country of diverse ethnicities, languages, and traditions, it stands as a symbol of what unites us rather than what divides us. It reminds Ethiopians that gratitude, peace, and respect are not just personal values, they are national foundations. By gathering in joy, Ethiopians demonstrate to themselves and to the world that diversity, strength, and unity is possible.
Almata lammiko kan birbirsa goro Muga qallitti ture himanna bararoro
Irrecha is also a powerful message to the younger generation. It tells them you belong to a proud tradition. It teaches them culture is not something of the past, it is alive and you are its guardians. It shows them Ethiopia's future will be stronger when built on the values of gratitude and unity. As Ethiopia opens its doors wider to the world, Irrecha stands as a cultural ambassador. It showcases the country's diversity, resilience, and creativity. It demonstrates that Ethiopia is not only land of history and monuments, but also of living traditions that continue to inspire. It positions Ethiopia as a global destination, not only for landscapes and wildlife, but for festivals of humanity and gratitude.
Another very colorful, and now that has attracted a lot of festivities, is the Gada celebration, or Irrecha. Irrecha has now become one of the attractions that that brings millions of people together to celebrate the not just the religious aspect of it, but the social aspect of it has a huge part of that this colorful celebration. So we invite everyone to come and be part of this colorful experiences that Ethiopia has.
Irrecha is one of the great manifestation of the Gada system. The Gada system is registered by UNESCO, but Irrecha is one of this Thanksgiving specific and special holiday by the Oromo people and Oromo culture, which is celebrated in the country. So this culture again has unique values in bringing people from different places and going to the specific ritual and festival place whereby people are coming for Thanksgiving. People take relief from their past challenges, and if there are people even having some misunderstanding, before the Irrecha, or at least during the Irrecha, they make sure that they clean up all this and come up with a clean heart, hope, and proper vision, so that the holiday contributes a lot. Looking into Irrecha, having millions of people celebrating it, you would see people with a traditional costume again, with jewelries, whereby you would see the handicraft and the homemade, Ethiopian-made materials, costumes are being marketed properly, so that it enhances the commerce and the cash mobilization within the country. Beyond that, it has a great value for tourism promotion. Many people, including the diaspora community, are now in Ethiopia being ready for the Irrecha celebration. So I would say all Ethiopian people from elsewhere, Ethiopian families to come and celebrate Irrecha with the Ethiopian community with us on this specific moment. It's once, or twice in a lifetime.
Ethiopia is right up there. We are a top 5 destination in the world, and let's be 3. I appreciate the Ethiopian people, and I love this country.
Irrecha is more than a festival. It is gratitude expressed through ritual and celebration. It is tourism that supports livelihoods and strengthens communities. It is unity lived out in colorful attire and joyful gatherings. For Ethiopia, it is the foundation of peace and nation building. For the world, it is an open invitation to discover Ethiopia's living heritage. At the sunsets of Hora City and as the joyous crowd slowly disperses, one message remains clear. Irrecha is a festival of the past, the present and the future. It is a gift of Ethiopia shared with the world, a gift of gratitude, peace and unity.
You must gain your